All right. Appreciate that. All right. Back to what I was saying. Um, appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for being here. Honestly, don't know if you've seen the live stream I did last night, but I talked about going. I went to therapy yesterday, and um, uh, and felt good about going to therapy. This is the first therapist I went to outside the VA, so this was a little different thing. Um, kind of got the experience going to talk to somebody who wasn't on a clock. You know, when you go deal with them VA therapists, man, y'all on a clock, and the second, oops, time's up. And I think they're all like that, but nonetheless, these people weren't like that because the $300 an hour, the VA was footing the bill. So I got a lot of things off my chest. I woke up today. I started Double D Pod. Double D Pod is going to be Dad's dodging the point of destruction. Dad's dodging the points of destruction. That's going to be my new talk show. I'm actually going to I want to take Dad's dodging the point of destruction talk radio, because I want to start talking about the psychologics of this game. And a lot of fathers, as I stated yesterday when I talked about therapy, a lot of fathers are not here. So I'm not going to start this thing until I get the banner set up. I'm not going to do all that. It's going to be simulcasted on the Blog Talk Radio Network and on other things. I'm probably going to broadcast it and be doing it off of 5 different live streaming on 5 different platforms at one time. When I do that, it's going to be devotion and dedicated, because that's the next thing. I got to start helping people understand the many dynamics to this thing. Not in addition to understanding the many dynamics to this thing, I am at a good place in my life where I can, you know, I am at a good place in my life where I could break this thing down, talk about it. One of the things that make me in a good space to talk about it is because when you talk about the pain and the hurt of this thing, and you have to go through it to understand it. Number one. Number two, I'm not all busted. I'm really a hard act to make fun of when you try to make fun of me. I'm just going to be hard to do. So in addition to that, I articulate my point very well, and I lived it. Simple. I lived it. But just know that's coming. It's going to be dedication to it on a scale like never before, because I know when I start talking about that, I'm going to pull a whole lot of people into this arena. And quite frankly, I just think that the algorithm over here on YouTube, I think I just burnt it out. I think I done said too much donkey shit over here, and YouTube just, it is what it is. But I want to talk about something tonight, and I want to talk about a lot of clients that I helped over the years, and quite frankly, a lot of clients that I helped over the years find themselves going to court, and they end up putting themselves in a perspective where they're talking for nothing. So let me say this. People, when you go to court and you don't have an attorney, what you do not want to do is you don't want to make yourself seem as though you have no idea what you're talking about. You do not want to make yourself look like an amateur. One of the things that I am excellent at is helping my clients go to court and look like they know what they're talking about, professional, and they do one thing more than one thing extremely well. Let me just say that. The one thing that they do extremely well is that they check all the boxes of wrong that is done to them. When my clients go to court and any count, I'm gonna give you an actual example. I had a client go to court, and opposing counsel thought that she was gonna put, because he wasn't, he was representing himself pro se. I was actually behind the scenes, of course. And opposing counsel said, that he went to the daughter's school and caused a whole bunch of nonsense. So she said, I want him to report to court, and if he don't show up, I want a warrant issue for his arrest because I want him here to answer to this. Well, she didn't know that a person with 25 years of experience was going to counter. So I countered. When I countered, they changed the court date. In doing that, my counter was no longer effective. My counter was only effective for that court date. By the mere fact that she said, I want to adjourn this for another day and refile the same motion, I refiled the same motion with the same information. See, they thought that he was going to be like, oh, I answered it already. I'm not going to do blah, 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 blah. I peeped game the second it happened. I have had probably 500 to 600 of my clients over my 25 years that I was doing this. When we filed a response, havoc. Oh, I didn't think that they would respond, right? So I help my clients when they go to court. I want to make sure they are put in the best situation possible, right? So what y'all don't realize when y'all go to court, when y'all get invited to court, the stage is already set with a bunch of holes and flaws in it. And one of the biggest holes and one of the biggest flaws that is set in family court is when you go to court and it's not on record. Heard what I just said? Stop going to court being on cluck time. Stop going to court being on cluck time. Stop going to court and you're in a room and nothing is being recorded. If it's not being recorded, I don't care if you in there for a parole hearing. It's not on record, it's not court. You heard what I just said? If it's not on record, it's not court. And they want you to respect it like it's court when in fact it's not. Because if it's not on record, it's not court. So what you don't realize is that more so it being a court situation, they're on a reconnaissance mission. They're on a reconnaissance. So they throw a court date out there. You go ahead and file all your information, blah, 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 or not. And then they just see where they at with you. Oh, yeah, we got one of those. He's not a legal daddy. And yeah, he's not. He didn't file a response. He didn't file a rebuttal. You don't know that they don't know. You don't know. You go into court, and you don't know that you're really walking into a buzzsaw. So now they're saying, he didn't file a response. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. No Vaseline. No Vaseline. Okay, we're going to ramp up soon as we penetrate. We're going to ramp up soon as we penetrate. Yeah. If you go there, first thing you ask, are we on record? No, this is just, I got nothing to say. But we are here today to just, I got nothing to say. Y'all gonna stop going to court trying to think. They have y'all in court making it seem like everybody is above you and everybody is the judge. If it ain't the person with the robe on, go. If they ain't got the robe on, say, who are you? Why are you? And I know judicial. I know why am I talking to you? Who are you? If it's not a judge, you ain't on record. If it's not on record, then it's not on record. So stop. Very well said. Facts. It's not illegal for them to lie to you. It's not illegal for them to trick you. It's not illegal for them to have it set up and staged like it's a court hearing. It's not illegal for them to go down there. Ain't worth a damn. Like I said, the last hearing officer I was in front of, I cursed out. Who the fuck? Yo, who the fuck are you? Who are you talking to? Hey, you're coming in here being disrespectful. You even watch your fucking mouth. Come on. Let's go talk to the judge. Go talk to the judge. You are in here because you had a problem with. No, you're hearing officer. I don't want to talk about it. You're on about a mere fact that you started talking about it. You made it open for discussion. Okay. Yeah, you getting the same fire. Yeah. My middle name is barbecue when I come to court. Yeah, I'm roasting. Yeah. No sauce or nothing. Straight flaming. And that's what you need to go to court on because it's not real. All right. You guys go to court and you let them do everything they want to you, and then you come back and then they get, and man, I'm tired of this and all that. If listen, let me say it again. If you ain't heard me, man, I don't think y'all heard me. If it's not a person with a robe on, if you go down there and you speaking to somebody with well dressed and they call themselves a commissioner or whatever, hey, who are you? Yeah, why am I not talking to the judge? Oh, this is what they're going to. Oh, the judge told me. No, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want my legal matters handled by you. And I want to be clear. There's no recourse. You cannot leave court laying down your strategy and laying down everything talking to a hearing officer or it not being on record and then say, well, what can we do about it? Now you all professional. When you talking to me, it's like, oh yeah, no, I know we can do something. No, we can't. My answer to everything when individuals go to court, transcripts. Get the transcripts. My man in Brooklyn, we filed a federal charge on a judge. Knee-jerk reaction. I don't know if you've seen the video. Knee-jerk reaction. The judge. We said we done filed 5 or 6 motions since January. It's now August last month. The judge said, okay. He threw them all out. I'm throwing them all out. It didn't have nobody served. He had everybody served. Knee-jerk reaction. Yeah, we're gonna get your ass too on that too. What? And you know, my client, he's freaking out. I'm like, yeah. Didn't I tell you? You know what happens when we file a federal charge on them? Didn't I tell you? Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is what happens. They're gonna push back, but the thing is, you got them to push back. Excuse me. You got them to push back. They are not as advertised and all that looking at you mean and this and all that. Yeah. But stop going to court talking if it's not on record. First thing you ask, you are, what's your title? I'm magistrate. Nah, where's the judge? You're seeing me today. I don't need to see you. Yeah, I'll go down there. You're seeing me today. Have a seat. Okay. No. No. Who are you? Stop being nice. Stop. Listen. I'm going to tell y'all a story in case you forgot. When I was in the military, I used to drive for a captain up in JAG. Up at the division, excuse me. So, you know, you drive for a captain and he says, hey, listen, I got somewhere to be at 2:00. Go hang out. Just meet me outside 2:00. It's 11:46. Cool. I got like 2 hours, you know? So I'm like, um, I'm like, appreciate that, Mike. My man says red pill fab. It's changed my life. My man, I appreciate that. So I'm like, I used to go sit in the court. I used to just go sit in the courtroom and just watch cases. And I was always trying to pair people up with their actions. Like, okay, you stole. Wow, you in here for DWI, and you acting real. You real slick around the mouth. Then I see somebody in here got a speeding ticket, and I'm like, wow, you acting like he should have acted. You acting like you robbed the bank. So I was always in court, just looking, pairing people up. That was my main thing in there. Just seeing how people respond, seeing how people went in there. And so that's where that comes from with me. It comes from me. I had no idea that I had no idea that in the future I would be, I would have to go through this. I had no idea. I didn't know. It's not like I used to. Maybe divine intervention. Maybe it was like, oh, that's why I had an infatuation with just going to go sit in courtrooms. That's why I used to like Matlock. I just did just, and it was like when all this happened, everything, all the worlds and all the things that I seen combined. This is why you cannot appreciate those thumbs up. This is why you can't get me to believe like these titles: hearing officer, guardian enlightened, commissioner. Why do y'all think they have these lavish names? They have these lavish names to keep you scared. And you go in there and you respect these titles when they mean absolutely nothing. None of them can lock y'all up. None of them. They can't lock y'all up. None of these people got the power to lock y'all up. Only thing they can say is, I want you to go before the judge. And the judge gonna come out mad and everything, and you can just say, you got a problem with such and such? Look, Your Honor, I plead the Fifth Amendment to talking about any of that. But I'm here today because XYZ. Period. That's one. But two, you guys need to stop going to court. Y'all go in there and y'all just lay down, and y'all going in a room. You don't see no microphones. You don't see nothing. It's not on record. You don't see another person. You could be talking to the microphone, but it ain't on. The first thing you need to ask, are we on record? You see it all the time when you ever go to court. The judge will be like, off record, such and such and such and such and such and such. Like the movie Crimson's Tide. In the end, when Denzel Washington went in there and he said, Commander, we have made our decision. Denzel Washington said, without my testimony, sir, relax. If he said, without your testimony, he said, well, something, I'm paraphrasing, not word for word. He said, well, if we need your testimony, then it'll be the first time in 30 years that such and such and such, this and that. But off record, you guys caused a disturbance, mutiny aboard a USS nuclear sub. Back on the record. If Colonel Jacobson, whatever his name was, if he's wrong, then hell, will wipe my ass. So, because of Colonel Jacobson's request, you are to assume command of the thing. Then he was like, oh shit, like, yo, what the fuck did he tell him? Because he thought, if you know the movie, Denzel Washington thought that they was gonna go in there. He said that. I ain't say that. But the colonel went in there and said, look, I was wrong. The man is right. I'm gonna retire. Give him the shit. So he left. He left and was like, so then I don't know if you've seen the movie. Then outside, he was like, you were right about the zipper stallions, of course. They are black at birth. And it was a cool movie. And I don't know if y'all remember my story in parallel to that. Come to think about it, it's the same thing. Like when you are like, damn, it just came to me. When you was in Any black person that had battles in the military, you're going to get the truth. The truth will always prevail. I mean, because ironically, in that movie, talking about Crimson's Tide with Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman, rest in peace, Gene. He gave him his props in the end. And remember, I told y'all the story about Sergeant Marketing telling me he wanted to shake the hand of the best man he served with in the 27 years he's been in the military. And I was like, what? I want to give up. All right, but just know that back on topic. So just understand that when you go to court, man, you want to be on record. You want to be in there. You don't want to be in there talking. If it's not on record, man, stop talking. Stop. You know when you're on record. You know what it gets down to is a lot of people know. A lot of people get it. A lot of people see it. A lot of people know. But honestly, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it like this. I can't possibly. I'm not gonna sit here tonight and tell anybody that I'm helping that they are totally oblivious to the wrong that they are going through. They're totally oblivious to the fact that they know their bunhole getting done up. I'm laughing at something else. I'm laughing at something else. I'm not going to sit here tonight. Hey, listen, we're going to sit here tonight and let nobody tell me. I'm going to let my clients tell me that when they sat down in that chair, they didn't see that nub, you know? I'm just saying, man. Hold on, time out. I'm not letting nobody tell me that when they walked in the room, they ain't see them dildos lined up like, you ain't gonna tell me that you ain't go in that room. You ain't gonna tell me you ain't go in that room and looked at them dildos like, damn, is that my name on them shits? I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, listen, shoot. I'm gonna tell you something. Hey! It happened to me. Shit, I went in the room. I was like, Smith versus Bradley. C. Smith. What the fuck? No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. We all know. Individuals know. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. We all know. Individuals want to go to court and act like they don't know. I'm telling you. I think people know. I'm telling you. I think, excuse me. I'm telling you. I think people go to court. And they feel everything. I think that they just want to act like they don't know. I don't want to act like I don't know. I want to go in there and punch people in the face. I want to go in there and disrupt anything that they think is happening. The slightest inclination of them come with my bunhole, I want to help them understand I'm on to you. I'm not interested in none of that. Listen, you can't tell me I can't see my kid. My child support ain't gonna be $1 million. A lot of you individuals go in there thinking a lot of individuals only go to court and be nice because you're thinking that they got some power that they do not have. They don't. Individuals go to court in straight respect and garbage. And then when it's all over it, you nothing was on record. You just went in there and gave up all that information, went in there and took all that, those looks. Listen, I had a client in South Carolina. Black female judge, black woman, of course, and of course she gets a black female attorney. He said every time he said something, they all laughed. They all laughed. Filed a motion, told the courts about the terms and conditions of his current status. The judge says, I don't believe him. We filed a follow-up motion. We don't file motions for you to believe. We don't care what you believe. Listen, whenever you get a chance to put a judge in a place, it's best to do it. Going there acting all scared and this and all that. Helping them understand. I'm not the one. I don't owe you no respect. I didn't do nothing to you. I don't need to throw myself at the mercy of the court. I did nothing. Right? Individuals don't want to do that. I'm a fighter. I'm ready to fight. I don't care. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready. I'm ready. Like I tell individuals, you never pick a fight with a fighter. I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. How you want to go with it? With the physical, the mental, strategic intellect. Like Chuck said, brain games, intellectual Vietnam. Move as a team, never move alone. But welcome to the Terror Dome. Intellectual Vietnam. That is. Let's go there for a second. Intellectual Vietnam. A lot of people don't realize what we're going through now is the biggest stage of intellectual Vietnam. Do you know that 80% of Americans took the jab? Did you know that? Let's go left for a second. Do you know that 80%, excuse me, 80% of America took the jab. And you know why? Intellect. They laid out this hoax. They laid out this big scam and you believed it. Yeah, you did. You took it. And I come to the realization and I understand it. Listen, I'm making fun of no one, but number two and I was talking today. And we said basically, he said he want to watch who he date. And he said he gonna have to ask whether or not, appreciate them thumbs up. Remember, y'all, hey, listen, if you look below, my Cash App is below, my Zelle is below, my Venmo is below. I charge $1 to watch my live streams. However, you can waive that dollar fee by that thumbs up. That thumbs up button is your fee. I was talking to number two today, and we was just kicking it. And he said, I got to watch who I deal with. I didn't take this, blah, 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 blah. He's a lot more in tuned to this perspective of unfortunate that people that took it are now going to be considered transhumans. And us that didn't take it, we're going to be the purebreds. His perspective is, and I don't disagree with it. When I say his perspective, I'm only saying that to, and in fact, give him the credit for in fact saying it. The people that took it are going to be transhumans, meaning you're not going to be considered a human anymore. You have morphed, you have taken the jab, and because you've taken the jab, you have allowed yourself to now transition into something else. You won't be human. This is his words. I'll get him on here one day and let him break it down for you. So we was talking, and he says, I don't even want to have sex with a person that took it, but how would I know? How would you know? How would you know? How would you know? Simply, I said, well, all you have to do is simply ask them, hey, remember that damn COVID? Yeah, what was you working at when that shit hit? If they say they wasn't working, chances are they didn't take it. But no offense to individuals that work for people. I understand that there are individuals that had to take it due to the fact that their job said, if in fact you don't take it, you're going to lose your job. So I understand that perspective, and my biggest and deepest apologies to you. But we was talking 80% of Americans took that. 80%. 80%. 80%. Something to think about. Something to think about. Double D pod. I made mention of it earlier. Double D pod. Dads dodging the point of destruction. Double D pod. Dads dodging the point of destruction. The next level. What this thing is going to morph to. I have, and I started this dad's dodging the point of destruction because I did. I dodged the point of destruction. What's the point of destruction? Putting a bullet in your head. However, there's a lot of dads that went through this dad stuff and fought this fight. Excuse me, and they didn't dodge the point of destruction. They ran head on, and they went head on and collided with the point of destruction. So that's the next company. I'm taking it, and I'm gonna make sure people understand the mental. You leaning, baby. I want to make sure people understand that people, you know, you're gonna go through things in life, and you're gonna want understanding. And the song says, "Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood." If you don't want to be misunderstood, you simply want to be understood. Yes, of course. But because you're a father, and you might want to tell people that you may know that may go through this, or one day tell you, "Hey, I'm going through a divorce." They will not be understood. The tables will be turned, shifted, and it will be to the narrative that the woman is always right. The woman can do no wrong. Once again, I can only thank God that I am successful. I have a lot to fall back on. As I told my therapist yesterday, I have a lot. I have a lot of therapy. My toys is therapy. My scooter, my success is my therapy. Every time I do a consultation, I'm actually doing one for myself too. People, when my company grow, that believes in me. You guys here tonight, I appreciate all that. I need that. But like I told my therapist yesterday, she says, "Well, why are you here?" I said, "Because I'm not stupid. I see the writing on the wall, you know." And part of more saying this now more than part of my resolution to my life to put this behind me, I have to leave this country. I know I do. I have to. I know I have to leave this country. I know that um, in order for me to have a family, in order for me to have a life, it can't be from nobody here. I'm just, it just can't. We talked about that, but nonetheless, so I want to make sure that I put things in place. I want to make sure people understand things. I want to make sure that there's enough people out there to know. Um, when you're going through this, don't expect to be understood. Don't expect nobody to understand you. Why? Because everybody want to believe the woman. And I'm going to end it with this. A lot of you guys are dealing with very unruly and very Jezebel women, very narcissist. As I remember, as I told y'all one time, I was going with a woman that was going to start sponsoring children in her home. And the one thing they told this woman is 72% of all women are bipolar. 72. That is well over half. Hell, you're leaning more on 100% than you are at the 50%. 72% of all women are bipolar. They were telling them this, so when these individuals get females in their house, they're going to have to deal with some demons. You cannot deal with an unstable mind and think that you'll ever find peace, nor will you be able to help that person who is dealing with. You cannot, by no means, by no means, are you going to be dealing with somebody that's going to be of a sound mind. You're not. You're going to be dealing with confusion. So when you guys hear me talk, what you always got to understand when you hear me talk, you're always going to be listening to somebody that want to tell y'all nothing but the truth. I got nothing to hide, nothing. Y'all want me to take a shit, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I got nothing to hide. As I said, double D pod, and double D pod, that's dodging the point of destruction. And once again, I am the perfect candidate because when people they don't want to hear about the hurt. People are scared. People are scared to tell people about the hurt and pain. The time when they was vulnerable. I got no problem with that because remember, I keep it right here. Never too far away. Not at all. It's never too far away. Ever. I'm always ready.